what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's episode is a van camping overnighter in the forest with a lot of wind and hopefully a lot of rain. So as you guys can see, the van is parked, it is leveled, the awning is set up, and it is now time for a hot drink. So let's get started on that. Alright guys, I've got my hot cup of coffee on the go right now. I am ducked in between the two doors on the non-side wind of the van. It is very windy out here and the skies are still solid gray, so fingers crossed we get some heavy rain tonight. I'm really looking forward to that. I've got the stovepipe placed through the roof in the wood stove. I also have the diesel heater topped off, and yes, it is still cold in my area. Last night it actually frosted. It was down to 1 degree Celsius. Tonight's forecasted to be down to around 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, so it is still going to get down quite cold, enough to have the wood stove and actually enjoy it. So I've got the van kind of parked in an area where I have trees right in front of me, and the back side is an old logging road, so all the wind is pushing through this way. So I've got a great view of the forest, and I'm also blocked by the wind. And this is a location that I have visited recently. About a month and a half ago, I did a hot tent camp out right here with the Ram truck and a dome-shaped camouflage hot tent. Even the wood that I processed is still here. So I made a joke about that last time, saying it might be here, and it is still here. It's about 12 inches in front of my feet. So I'm going to get all that wood stacked by the rear wheel. I did bring an outside fire pit. I'm going to get that ready as well, and hopefully have a little bit of a fire area underneath the awning, maybe out towards the edge, just in case it rains. And then I'll have the wood stove to back into later on for a nice cozy feel. But right now, enjoy this hot coffee and this cold wind out here. So cheers guys. I'll catch up with you in just a few minutes. All right, guys, we've got camp a little bit more comfortable. I've got the campfire pit set up. I've got the aluminum table set up so we don't have to worry about any embers burning that. I've got my chair set up, which I'm going to move out of the wind, of course, once the embers start spinning up out of that fire. We'll have a better judge later on what direction the wind's actually traveling. Now right now, we're going to take a little bit of a break. The winds are starting to pick up, the temperature's coming down, and I've got a feeling the rain's going to start soon. So I want to make sure everything is conformed the way I like it. I got all the wood underneath the table, which is underneath the awning, so it's going to be super nice and dry. But there is a little bit more firewood left over from the other side of the van. There's a big log that I didn't finish cutting last time. So I want to grab the chainsaw, make really quick work of that, cut it up, bring it over here, do a little bit of wood processing for the inside of the van and outside fire. And then I think we're going to slowly pick away at starting supper. Alright guys, firewood prep is totally finished. Everything's split and ready to go. I'm going to turn my attention to cooking some food here. Boomer's inside eating his food with some water. He's going to have some more treats again a little later on too, but I want to get all this stuff cleaned up and start cooking just in case the weather does come in. So I'm actually going to be using the flat top propane cooker. So I'm going to take a bottle off of this, put it on here, close this stove up, because if I do need to cook anything later on, I can do it inside on the wood stove or a canister stove. But right now I'm going to get all this stuff tidied up and start cooking some food right here and hopefully enjoy it sitting in front of the campfire. So let's get cleaned up and get cooking. Alright guys, supper is all done, and I've got to say, absolutely 2 thumbs up on that. Super simple dish, Indian style rice with a little bit of vegetables and some hot sausage in there. Really, really good. Totally cleaned up now. I still have the back doors open in the van and the drawer pulled out just in case I want to go get some snacks or make another hot drink. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is just relax, soak in this heat from this crackling fire. All this wood here is all softwood and it is bone dry, so it's just going to snap and crackle and pop the entire time it burns, which is going to be very enjoyable. And so far, no issues with the embers. They seem to be clearing the awning and clearing my chair also, which is really cool. So I'm going to be chilling out here, sipping on my hot drink, and basically just going to relax and wait for nightfall to arrive. And then shortly before it gets dark, I want to go inside, light the wood stove, get that nice and warm, close all the doors, and hopefully only have to basically burn wood for this trip. I don't really want to turn the diesel heater on. I just want to keep it natural with all the snapping and popping and crackling sound, and just stay nice and warm and have a great time out here. So cheers guys, I'll catch up with you inside of the van. Alright everybody, so the rain is finally here. It's a little bit of a gentle pitter-patter right now, but there are dark clouds rolling in and the temperature has dropped significantly. The campfire outside, you guys can hear crackling away. It's throwing a ton of heat. Super comfortable out there, but Boomer's inside and he's cold. So I could shut the doors. It's not going to warm the van up at all, but we can light the wood stove right now. We've got loads of wood out here. I'm not worried about running out of fuel. So I'm going to fire this up to help keep Boomer nice and warm. The stove will heat this entire van, even with both doors wide open, if I get it cranking. So I'm going to start it with a couple of twigs here. I have leftover twigs and wood, but I think primarily what I'm going to do is toss in these bio bricks. These are the hollow logs. It's just compressed sawdust, and they burn really, really nice and stable, and they're incredibly clean to keep inside of the van. I do have other wood in here as well, but I'm going to save that for later on when I'm in here and I can actually hear the crackling sound. These don't really put off a lot of sound, but they do put off heat. So I'm going to get one of those. So I'm just going to break 2 pieces in half and get that ready to go. Load this up with some sticks and just toss a fire starter in there and get this cranked up for him because he is a little cold and he's stubborn. He won't go into the blanket. If I put him under the blanket, he'll come out, and so on and so forth. So I know what he wants, and he knows I know what he wants. So I'm just gonna light this stove, and he can stay nice and cozy in here until I come in later on in the evening. So toss this in here real quick, and then head back outside. Alright, so after spending a little bit more time outside, I'm now coming in for the evening. So I will say that the rain did let up for a little while there. It has come back, so it is actually raining outside right now. It's not very heavy rain yet, but it is dark and those clouds are definitely moody, so I think it's going to rain a lot. So I'm just going to get my shoes off here and get them placed out of the way, stretch my legs. I've been sitting down in the chair for a little while, so it's nice to just kind of stretch out. The wood stove is still burning really nice. I did bring a bunch more softwood inside. Got it placed here, and all my other sawdust bricks and logs are underneath in the wood shelf. The reason I did that is because two reasons. One, I like the sound, snaps, crackles, and all that fun stuff. But two, if there is wind and rain out there, it is probably going to come in sideways, and some of that wood might get a little wet. And then in the morning time when I need to cook and get warm, it's going to be a little bit of a tricky challenge to do that with wet wood. So I got enough stuff here to keep me nice and satisfied. All the lights on in here, it is definitely bright, so I'm going to be mellowing out. Get these lanterns off. Boomer's coming down here to play. Come. Oh. Get his sweater off too shortly. He's got to go out for a pee, so keep his sweater on for now, and when he comes in I'll take it off. But we're basically going to be hanging out here and saying peace out, good night right now, and we'll catch up with you guys first thing in the morning for coffee. I don't know how, I don't know if it's going to be raining, if we're going to cook it on the stove, cook it over a fire, cook it on the tailgate out there. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have hot coffee. So good night guys, and I'll see you first thing in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It is a wet and cold, beautiful morning out here today. So, last night it rained late into the night. Hear the pitter-patter, large raindrops hitting the outside of the van. The winds did pick up, but the awning stayed put. I've got this thing anchored down very securely, all the guy lines out, and the van facing the opposite direction of the wind. So, everything held out really well. I'm actually quite surprised because it is a large awning. And everything worked out really well. So it rained all night last night, raining all morning today, and yeah, here we are. Finally got the rain I was waiting for. So Boomer's soaked. He's kind of bouncing inside of the van, eating his breakfast, and outside. I got the wood stove inside still going so he can get nice and warm. We decided to go to the campfire today because it is cold, and why not, right? We're out here in the rain, beautiful forested area, hot coffee, why not have a fire? So that's where we're at so far. Just wanted to say good morning and cheers. All right, guys, ducking inside of the van for a moment to get a little bit warm and stay out of that rain because it is blowing sideways rain out there right now. And it's a super, super fine mist rain, so it accumulates very quickly. Boomer is cold and wet, as you guys can see, so he's in here hunkered in with the wood stove. That is putting out a ton of heat. I've got the side door wide open still, so I can still see outside, and the heat is lofting in here very nicely. The campfire is still going as well, and it is raining, like I said, very, very steady, so it's going to be a very wet day. Last night we got lucky. We got to do everything without heavy rain, and today it's definitely very, very steady rain out there. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee inside and probably get the stove burned out and then slowly start the pack up process. So it's going to be a very boring one. I'm not going to bring you guys in a bag because I've got to set the table and the chair inside the van, break that down, pack it away. The biggest thing is the awning. That takes about 15 minutes. And then the wood stove, let that burn out. So I'm going to spare you guys that, but I am interested in what you guys think about this adventure with the van. And as always, drop what your thoughts are, your questions, everything down below. And until next time, peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next adventure.